to wind back the clock a little bit. So you played in the NBL, but you were unpaid in order to keep your college eligibility. Going back to those unpaid days, and you fast forward to now, could you have envisioned cashing the checks that you are now, or getting the direct deposits, however you guys get them? Did you envision this moment or these moments that you're currently living in?
No, not at all. I mean, the NBA wasn't actually planned for me. I was just trying to make it to college, get a free degree and stuff like this, right? But then college ended up being like, I didn't have a good time at college. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was just I had a pretty bad experience. So then I just left after the first year. And I was just like, I'll just throw my name in to the NBA, see what happens. But I knew I wanted to carry on playing basketball. So whether that was international or in the NBA, like, I don't care. I just wanted to play basketball. And then, just did a bunch of workouts, about 13 workouts for different teams. And they ended up getting drafted. So it was pretty sick, but never was in my mind at all. Just kind of fell into place, you know?
I'm curious. I'm curious. So you said you didn't think it was going to happen, and you just decided to declare. Was there one certain workout where you're like, oh yeah, now I'm going to get drafted? Or was there a certain play that you had, or a certain like person that you went against, and in a workout you're like, nah, they're going to draft me now. I'm going to be in the NBA. What was that moment for you?
No moment, bro. I just assumed I wasn't going to get drafted. Honestly, and I did like video logs and shit like this. I used to do videos for the people back at home, like in New Zealand. Just used to try and like, just like, oh, this is what my experience is like. Look at this facility, like let them see the facility and whatnot. I'll try to milk it, dude. And then even when the GMs and stuff will take me to dinner, I'd be cashing out, bro, getting extra meals. I was treating it like the Last Supper type thing, bro. Like, get some free food, bro. I was like, yeah, cash now, ask for extra equipment, like extra gear, because like that's what's cool is like when you do the workouts, you actually get to keep the gear. Yeah. So like my brothers have like most of like the gear that's like got Sacramento Kings and Boston.
I used to keep the gear too. Yeah, I used to keep all the gear,
bro. Ask for extra socks. They had the old school socks back then too. So they had the old school white socks. And those were like so good. Yeah, I mean the ones now,
the thick ones,
like,
the thicker
ones now they got some sort of like, I don't know, some sort of, I don't know. Apparently,
a little different.
Yeah, they're just different. They're tight, mate.
So Steven, you were the number 12 pick in the draft. Okay, at some point you knew it was going down. When was that moment?
Yeah, that's crazy.
When they said I was invited to the green room. And then I asked what the green room was, and they're like, "Oh, dude, that means that like you have a really high chance of going like top like 15 or 12 or something like this." And I was like, "Oh, sweet, dude! Like, how good?" So then I asked them, so brought my brothers over, and then like again, it was still like, oh, like potential might get drafted, but then we were like, shit, man, like, yo, they're giving free food again. Get some food, boys. Get the food. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And then, I ended up getting drafted by Oklahoma, which was sick. And then, it was sick.
So speaking of your family and taking videos and sending them back home, how important was it for you to stay connected with your family and folks back home?
No, for sure. It's definitely like, I mean, it's a big deal now. It just keeps you grounded, you know what I mean? Like and those are my people. It's like, it's one of these things, bro, like you go home and you see people who look like you and talk like you and same mannerisms. It's something special, it kind of gets lonely when you go away from that. You miss it a lot. So it's definitely important. It's easier now with technology and stuff. You just FaceTime them and then you realize like, man, they are dicks, man.
Back then, my brother is a dick. Yeah, back then they had back then. They had Skype, and then you had to get like calling cards. It's a lot different back then.
Yeah, it was from but old school, brother.